Madness Combat. Madness Combat is quite a beloved series made by Matt Jolly, also known as Crinkles, that was first uploaded to Newgrounds. The Madness Combat series consists of mass brutal violence by the protagonist Hank Wibbleton, and it's all because of the Boombox Man, frick. So now I'm going to waste your time and give you useless information about Madness Combat. Hank has died 7 times. 3 times by Jesus, 3 times by Tricky, and once by suicide to kill Jeebus, and has killed 692 people.
Albert
Has been real quiet since Hank has been around. He's been quiet for a long time actually.
Baba Booey.
White Hank, also known as Wank, is a mysterious character whose appearance resembles Hank J. Wibbleton. White Hank is the main protagonist of the White Hank series of Madness Combat tribute animations. Tricky the Clown Rule 34. Yes, there is Tricky Rule 34. If it exists on the internet, there will be porn of it. Don't search this up. The AAA clones. 3 powerful soldiers created by the AAHW Agency Against Hank Wibbleton. They were created using DNA samples taken from Hank, Sanford, and Deimos. The halo. The halo is what is on top of Jeebus' head. The keystone fragment is an important object in Madness Combat, and the main source of Jesus' supernatural powers. Leisurely Rage Time. Leisurely Rage Time is a flash animation submitted by Crinkles onto Newgrounds to celebrate Madness Day 2007. There is this guy playing on the piano and a guy dancing. Saucy walks up to the guy and stabs him in the chest. The guy turns into a zombie, so it's fine. Awesome face. Crinkles got his name from a song called Mr. Crinkle created by the band Primus. Fellow 09. Fellow 09 is the screen name used by a minor character in Deimos Rebuild.fla. To be damned, or Doc, helps Deimos escape from the purgatory during the events of Deimos Rebuild.fla. Marshmallow. Marshmallow appears in 2 episodes of Madness Combat. It first appeared in Marshmallow Madness, the first Madness Combat, and it was also seen in Madness Combat 3, Avenger, which Tricky was impaled into with a street sign. Throughout the series of Madness Combat, Jeebus shows 5 different shielding powers, which absorbs and blocks off bullets, and that are also able to reflect shots. Crinkles' inspiration for Tricky was that Tricky was an old meme on Newgrounds. Then Crinkles asked himself, what if Tricky was a super killer psychotic clown? And he ends up taking that concept, which was definitely the best idea. Tricky has been killed 13 times.
You failed!
10 times by Hank, once by Jesus, once by Sanford, and once by himself. Before Madness Combat 8, Inundation was released. Many people believed that the Auditor would turn out to be the sheriff. Revived, but Crinkles stated that was not the case. According to Crinkles, the Auditor has always existed as a shadowy figure, and at no point in time was a regular grunt. Deimos translates to dread in English. Crinkles said that out of Hank, Sanford, and Deimos, Hank would be the tallest, while Deimos would be the shortest. Crinkles said that if every major Madness Combat character were to get into a foot race without their powers, Deimos would probably be the winner. Crinkles has stated that Deimos and Sanford have no last names. Sanford is one of the 3 characters who have directly faced the Auditor in combat. Crinkles said on his Curious Cat page that Sanford is probably his favorite character due to the fact that he hasn't died yet. When asked on stream if Sanford was a former AAHW member like his partner Deimos, Crinkles responded that question is better answered by being shown rather than being told. Crinkles stated that in an arm wrestling match between Sanford and Deimos, Sanford would win easily. Damn, Deimos is taking way too many L's today.
You failed!
Abrogation are references to the video games Die by the Sword and Infamous. Crinkles was asked if any version of Hank possessed a beard. He said that Hank is 100% hairless. Crinkles was asked what the inspiration for Hank was. He answered Blade, the Terminator, and a Grammaton Cleric are the primary influence for what Hank is. Hank has gone through the most costume changes in the series. Crinkles was asked what the inspiration for Hank's claw was. He said that there was a game called Die by the Sword. It featured an enemy with one arm bigger than the other. Crinkles has stated that Hank has dabbled in real estate. Fancy man. I assume I don't really know what that is. Crinkles said Hank, along with everyone else, is ambidextrous, meaning that you are able to use both hands equally well. Hank is the only main character that has a full name. Crinkles said if Nevada had kittens, Hank would take a second to pat one. Crinkles was asked if Hank would show off at the gym. He said, nah, he ain't a ego lifter. Crinkles revealed that Hank genuinely wanted to go to the volleyball tryouts he signed up for. Crinkles stated that Hank isn't a hero, but he really isn't a villain either, because everyone is pretty much awful in Nevada, which is true. The J in Hank J. Wibbleton stands for motherfucker. Crinkles confirmed that Hank is a nonce. Tricky, Jesus, and Dr. Hoffnar are the only characters to visibly have hair. It is now confirmed Dr. Hoffnar is Tricky, as seen in Madness Project Nexus Mission Sleeper Lab. Crinkles has stated that Tricky is the most intelligent character in Madness Combat. Hoffnar translates to jester in German and Norwegian. Jesus has been seen in all of the episodes except for Madness Combat 10, Aborgation, Madness Combat 7.5, and Madness Combat 11, Expurgation. Jesus is the only character to have been both antagonist and protagonist in the series. The main reason why Jeebus is in Madness Combat to begin with is because Crinkles like the idea of a turbo pacifist as a force of violent nature. Jesus and the sheriff have gone to regular hell when they died. Crinkles' persona is a machine. When asked what Grunts wear, Crinkles replied, I think they're wearing smocks. According to Crinkles, Grunts probably feel like clay, as their flesh aren't as elastic as ours. Crinkles was asked how it would feel like to punch a grunt. Crinkles said, if you're sadistic, it will probably feel great, but if you're empathetic, you'll probably feel bad about it. In the descriptions for Dissenter, Crinkles writes, he's not even a real doctor, why do people keep calling him Doc? Suggesting To Be Damned's real name is Doc. According to Crinkles, zombies are weaker than the abominations. Scrapface is the only Madness Combat protagonist to die in the same episode he was introduced in. Scrapface's head wasn't actually designed and drawn by Crinkles. Instead, Kelzad Ox, a Madness Combat tribute creator. Crinkles didn't like the sheriff that much, which is why he died in Avenger and never came back. Mag Agents and Demon Tricky are the only characters so far to be seen with fingernails. Crinkles does have plans to add more mag units. Crinkles has stated that mag agents as a whole are among the physical strongest of all Madness Combat characters, being able to deadlift more than any character. Tricky's iconic weapon was the street sign. Hank's signature weapon was the dragon sword. Sanford and Deimos are the ones who keep reviving Hank between episodes. Sanford's signature weapon is the hook, which he used to snag enemies and pull them away, or use as an impaling tool. Crinkles said that if the AAHW permanently terminate Hank, they would probably throw a pizza party afterwards. It has never been seen how Sanford actually obtained his hook. It was obtained sometime between Madness Combat 6.5 and Madness Combat 7.5. Crinkles was asked if there was any plans for Sanford to become a superhuman like Hank and Deimos. Crinkles jokingly replied with, Sanford can eat way more spicy chicken wings than both of them. Crinkles has said that Sanford is a pretty basic guy, probably preferring sriracha or one of those oilier buffalo wing sauce. The mustached star. Jesus Christ, try saying that 3 times fast. The star is a mysterious demon-like character who only appears in the non-canon animations Piss and Romp.fla. In Romp.fla, the mustache star is the main antagonist. So if you have somehow made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you for listening to me give you useless information about Madness Combat for 10 minutes. If you like this video, join my Discord server, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe.
Close, but I cannot